whether it's spiritual or not, I believe that your son was meant to be in your life, but not probably the dad. I think the pressure is we should have families where there's a dad and there's a mom.
Yeah.
Are there advantages to it? Yes. But we also can't say that every family that had a mom and a dad, things panned out.
Yeah, sure.
For the mom and dad. Things panned out for the kids. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like saying all boy childs that are in a fatherless life will never become good men. That's bullshit.
A lie.
Because I know a lot of serial killers because I've studied them who had both mother and dad. They ended up killing 20 to 100 people.
And we also have very successful men from single mothers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're no less men, correct? Yeah. So the nucleus of the family is another manufactured thing by society that pressures us. You see, and that's why we're able to say, I would have made a different choice. But I always say, even some of our exes that we may not like today, there's a time that ex of yours was, babe, without
heaven.
you.
Have you ever looked at your ex, then you are like, what?
What was wrong with you?
What was wrong with me?
No, everyone's done that. But can you imagine with the same ex who you're now questioning, what the hell did I see? There's a time your brain told you, I'll never leave this person.
Yes.
I just think it's the resentment that comes after. It's nothing literally wrong with them.
You know, I would pay some of my exes to never say we had a thing before. Like, pay them off. Like, nigga, never say you know me, no.
No. Oh. You paid a man.
No, I would pay someone.
Oh, you pay someone. Okay.
I would pay someone to just never ever say I had a thing with them.
Now that reminds me, so I posted yesterday saying, I just came to realize, what I came to realize about myself is that I really have a bad taste in men. So if I've been with you before, work on yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, ladies, this may come to a shocker because I'm watching you reacting to your exes and stuff.
Oh my God.
Do you know why some of you have never or will never meet the man that should be with you? Do you know why?
Why?
Bring it on.
Oh, you're not going to like this. You're never going to acquire that man because every time he's in your life, you dump him or you just get rid of him. It's because he comes with a loving peace that you're not used to. The reason sometimes you sit down and you say,
look real sometimes.
Why is it I attract uniquely a certain characteristic? It starts very good.
And then
he says all the right things. Actually, he says not just the right things. This guy understands my soul. Then suddenly, somehow, things don't pan out because your brainwaves, how you've nurtured yourself, especially if you've had experiences as young as you were, all you've ever known is that guy who knows how to crush you, knows how to make you feel like without him you're nothing or close to it. He doesn't even have to be a narcissist, but he just knows how to play with your mind. That here comes this guy who's just saying, you know what, I'm genuine, not necessarily saying those words, but I'm genuine and I would like to know you and I want to love you. You're not used to that guy. You're
like,
thinking,
who sent
this
you?
guy is so soft. What do you want?
What do you
This is
want?
not real. But the guy who makes you cry, the guy who makes you look at your phone and you even tell, there's a voice saying, not even you, why are you behaving like a stupid person? Stop looking at your phone. That guy, you give that guy more chances than you'll give the guy who would actually treat you right.
And why does that happen? I don't know. Why are we attracted to toxicity?
It's because your lives are toxic. How you think it's toxic. You think you're not toxic, but that's what you relate to. I've seen it so often. A guy talks so badly to his woman, but the way she responds is like, you know, like the way you show a puppy a cookie because you've taught the puppy cookie tastes nice. And you see the puppy waggling its tongue. And I'm thinking, oh my God, and its tail. I'm thinking, she's acting the same thing. I am not seeing anything attractive about what he just did. But she can tell you what he just did there. That's what a man does for me. And I'm thinking, no, that guy's just gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
But she's not used to anything else that doesn't look like this.
Yeah.
That's why I have actually met older women who have introduced him to a guy who I just thought, I think they'll blend well. And she'll come and tell me, you know what, Masimba, the guy was so decent, gentleman, blah, blah, blah. He was doing things and asking things that I've never heard from a man. And that scared me. And I didn't understand him. Like nothing about him related. So I'm sorry, the date was great, but I'm not going to see him again. But then now you introduce her to some Neanderthal idiot. And she called you back and she said, that guy's so interesting. I think I'm going to see him again. And I'm thinking, that was a test.
Yeah.
I wanted you to say that guy was bad.
Yeah.
But he's the guy who's good.
Yeah.
It's because that's what you're used to. The bad boy is not just a bad boy. The bad boy can be a guy who molds you and he tears apart your self-worth until you believe your worth is about him.
Yeah.
Whereas a guy who makes loving you about you, you're not used to that guy. You're not. And if you want him in small doses. That's why you fuck him off for a while. And then 9 months later, he's the one who's surprised, like, Allah, Faith Flo, they're calling me. Why? Hi. I remember you said you wanted to go for dinner. Is the offer still on? And
That's 9 months later.
Like, even the way you booted me, wow.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that you've called. Now, that guy, you'll never have a relationship with him that stands for long. But the toxic guy, that's what you know. That's what you can handle. You can handle him beating you down. You can't handle the guy who puts you on a pedestal. I've seen it too long. Too long. And sometimes when I tell a client that, she literally cries. Do you know why she's crying? She's like, fuck. You've just described the men that I like.
Yeah.
And you've just described things I've actually told myself, but I can't help myself.
Yeah.
Do you know how often I get a call from a woman who tells me, there's a guy I know I'm not supposed to call, but I keep calling him.
You can't.
But the guy I know would treat me well.
Yeah.
Nothing tells me to call him. Nothing.
I think I'm that lady.
I think you're describing me. I don't know. We just have a problem with. I don't know.
Yes, but now if you have that, do you understand sometime your bitchery is not valid because you're the one signing up for this nonsense?
So what exactly do you call? Is it a defense mechanism that we programmed to, or what exactly?
No, the unfortunate thing is most women are going to meet the guy we're describing because he's the loudest. He's also confident. To some degree, some of them are narcissists. I can tell you this, narcissists are the best at wooing women because a narcissist knows how to play pretend better than anyone else. Even the guy who calls himself a bad boy does not know how to lure women like a narcissist. He has women feeding off the tips of his fingers because he has a way of being an authority that seems good with a hint of bad that attracts women.
He knows what to say, what you want to
when
hear.
to say yes.
Yeah,
He knows
do it,
he knows when to look at you and say, Flo, I don't think this is working. So just delete my number, I'll delete yours. Then he walks away. But in his head he's thinking, now I've made sure she will not delete my number.
Yeah.
Whereas you're not.
And now you want to text him like, what happened?
Yes.
Is something wrong? Did I do anything wrong?
He knows how to play with your psyche. Whereas the genuine guy doesn't know how to play games and he shouldn't be playing games.
Yeah.
And because he's not subscribing to playing games, you'll never give him a chance.
So we kind of used to the game. So
yes.
But what's the thrill in that? I don't know. Oh my God.
Now guess what? As I look into this camera here, only you as women can it doesn't matter how long we study you, you're the only ones who can tell us why you would return to what us men would call an abusive human being.
Well, the only thing that will make a woman
I think those kind of
is,
people are really good lovers at the same time.
They're not good.
It's also digitization.
They're good. Listen.
That one.
They have that one thing that really makes you go back.
Yeah, but the problem is, until you've had a taste of the other guy who you thought was too sweet, you'll find his dick is much better. You see, the problem is this guy does not just give you good dick.
Yeah. He gives you.
He tears you apart.
Uh-huh.
You see, let me tell you something. Just getting good dick is not enough. For this guy, he needs to fold you and mold you until you feel without him you're nothing. That's why you can't give anyone else a chance. And that's a very good narcissist. Trust me, I've met him. I've met that guy enough times.
And I've dated one for sure.
You say that's the guy who will tell you, get home at 6, lock the door until I come home and don't open that door. And you will not open that door. Yes. Now, let me ask you a question. In which world is that the man? A guy who tells you the minute you walk into a room, lock the door, and unless you hear me knocking, don't open that door. I've had women, grown women, tell me I have to ask for permission to go visit my parents. My father was dying in hospital. And I asked my husband, or rather told him, I'm going with my siblings to the hospital. Do you know what the husband asked her? Are you a doctor?
What?
You're not going anywhere. And she stayed, she didn't. Let me tell you something. If my parent, I don't have a parent, but if my parent is sick and I'm a woman or I'm a man and my partner is trying to control the fact that I want to go to see my parent in hospital, all of us are going to sleep in that hospital.
Yeah.
Even this person needs to find a way to be sick to go to that hospital.
It's supposed to be like
or
that.
I'll make you sick.
Yeah.
For real. In what world are you asking
It's not
for
even
permission?
fair enough.
Yes, but guess what? That guy in our head, that's a man.
That's also not using your head.
Yes, but you see, now only you as women can sit down and see which part of the head you're not using.
Yeah.
And I think
because you do that to yourselves.
Women, specifically, we Kamba women have that problem because
Kamba women do what?
I've witnessed some women in Western.
Yes.
Someone is married there for 10 years and they've never gone back home. Mzee akisema no.
Oh, is that why Luos and Luyas like Kamba?
Yeah,
chicks? Because they really praise you guys.
Maybe there are other reasons, but they say we make good wives.
Yes.
We are obedient.
Well, Bas, I'm glad you used that word and not me.
We are obedient.
I've actually heard a guy tell me, your women are obedient and they're submissive.
Yeah.
But that word obedient,
but
that
not
obedient,
women from Tala. Women from Tala are not submissive.
You say you want to go see your mom in hospital and they
will go. I will go. Me, I will not stay.
So Tala women are like women from Nyeri.
Yeah, why am I staying and my father is dying? And God forbid. Me, I will go.
And to make matters worse, if you're not a working woman, you have to beg everything from that man. If he says no, you're not going, you'll stay.
I will not stay.
Yes, but now,
and that's the point.
Ladies,
you're supposed to
by
walk
the
away.
time you have another human being controlling you, yet you are an adult.
Yeah.
Don't you think you're also part of the problem?
I'm the problem, not part
You're
of the
even part of the
problem.
problem. You're the entire problem.
Because you've given this person
the power. Exactly.
And the fact that you've never been to see your family for years, that's just wrong. If it's your choice, if you've broken up,
that's okay.
Fine. But if you know deep down the restricting factor has been your partner, that is very sad.
That's bad.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely sad.
Whoever will marry me will be in deep problem because
that's...
I think I will travel without saying I'll forget. I'm used to being
so now that you brought up you being married,
yes.
Why would you want to be married? I'm not saying you shouldn't be married, but why? Knowing the bullshit that's out there, why would you? Is it the ceremony? Is it the cake? Is it the acceptance of society? Do you want to be
what
viewed?
exactly would
what's driving you?
Yeah.
Because I can tell you as a therapist, marriage does not add value to you as a woman,
yes,
other than legal basis. Yes,
I know that.
But and if you ask me, it's a scam. There's a time on national TV I was asked, "What do you think of Kenya's marriage? Sphere?" And I said one word: doomed. Because it is.
Yeah.
So why is it that
for me as a woman, marriage is not a priority one.
Right.
The moment I clocked past 29,
yes,
I was so desperate for marriage.
Okay.
I was so willing to settle with whoever
Right.
I was with them.
Right.
Because I thought when that catches me unmarried, I'll die or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Jesus,
I was past that. Then
you like.
I was just okay. You understand? I don't take marriage that serious. I don't have to get married, but I love marriage personally. You understand? And I would love marriage for companionship.
Okay.
And I wouldn't want to die alone again. I would love to have someone with me there. But again, it's not something that is a priority to me. If it does not happen, it's well and good,
Okay, but
because I think I find fulfillment with my life alone.
Okay.
You understand? That's why I was saying, suppose I'm married today, because I'm used to being alone for so many years.
Right.
I would probably find myself in Mombasa, Nandasahau, I'll forget telling him I traveled. He will come home alone, he will find me nowhere to be seen. Then I'll be, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I traveled.
I got married.
That is how unserious I am with marriage. You understand? But again, I wouldn't mind having a good man as a partner and my companion.
Okay. But good is relative.
Yeah. You understand?
He could be the good that's so good that he, I'll use the words women have used, he smothers you because he's over loving. I've met women in Nairobi who've told me, I think my husband should be, in the dictionary, he should be there as decent man, loving man. But there are times I don't want him in my space because he's overbearing. He's too loving.
And you need
he's too attentive.
Space.
Yes, but you see, she's also saying he's the first breed of man who behaves this way. I was used to the men who are not that present, and that's the guy I actually fall in love with more than the guy who loves me all the time.
Yeah.
As long as you are average, I don't love so much attention personally.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be in my space all the time.
No, it gets smothery and
even
it gets boring.
The communication,
Yeah.
as long as a good morning, a good night text is okay for me, unless we have a very important conversation we need to have.
Right.
For me, a man should not come and dictate how I'm going to live. You understand?
Yeah.
So if I don't need you in my space,
Right.
give me my space. You understand?
Okay.
So I don't love so much attention, and I also don't like a man ignoring me.
Right. There has to be a balance.
Yeah, just be there in between.
And
because I am the kind of the women you just described. If you show me so much love, I get scared.
It's a turn off. I will run away.
It's a turn off for me. I don't like it.
I will run away.
Men, you heard?
I don't like it.
Don't
love me, but don't
over love.
Don't even
overlove
call
me.
her. Don't over text her.
The guys who have just gone
Don't over check up on her.
Everything I knew has just been tossed in the air.
Yeah.
But you see, ladies, let me tell you something. There's a guy who's going to watch this and he's just going to be like, what the hell do women want? Because he was told.
Men should never know what we want.
If we love, we also don't know what we want. We don't know.
We heard it.
We do not know ourselves.
Men
what
do
we want.
not know what they want.
What we want. Yeah.
Men are different. A man knows what he wants. You understand?
It's true. By the way,
man knows
us men,
you're straight, you're direct.
We this over multitasking with our brains that work to, we'll start having fuses blowing.
Yeah.
When we are decisive, that is it.
Yeah.
Women, however,
it
can fluctuate.
Yeah.
And you are right in saying that if a man is over loving, it scares you.
Yeah, that is.
You'll run away.
It's a red flag.
You're choking my space.
It's an insecurity.
Actually, that's the right word.
Yeah.
It's an insecurity.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't
because
need
that
to
means
overlap
you'll be in my space whole time. Where are you? Who you with who? Blah blah blah. I mean, give me some space. And you'll not let me be me at the same time.
Some of your narcissistic men end up being that guy who controls you. Where are you? Who are you with?
Especially
that's I'm never
in the industry
that's
like
why I'm
us.
never dating a narcissistic man again.
It's so hard dating,
in the entertainment industry.
And
it has
many men understand what we do.
Right.
You understand?
Like
because our work
out there,
involves dealing with so many people.
Yes.
You understand?
The media.
The media, yeah. So if your man is not mature enough,
Yes.
or understanding,
understanding
enough, actually,
enough, they'll never get
And
you. They'll think you're
actually emotionally strong is what you need to.
yes.
Us men need to be emotionally strong.
Yeah.
Because they think you're flirting with everyone.
And you're not. You're just doing your job.
Okay, now I'll speak
Mm-hmm.
as a seasoned man.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
This is my analysis.
Mm-hmm.
Men who police women too much,
Mm-hmm.
he's not thinking that you're flirting.
Mm-hmm.
He's afraid you're doing what he does.
Ah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
A man who's constantly asking you,
Mm-hmm.
why do you have male friends, or that guy in your office,
Mm-hmm.
why are you guys friendly? He's not threatened by the fact that you have a male friend.
Mm-hmm.
He's threatened by the fact that he does things behind
with
your back
Mhm.
that he's
his female
afraid
friends.
that you are doing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
When I know you and I are solid,
Mm-hmm.
you can have 50 male friends
Mhm.
and 2 female friends. I'll feel 0. But when I know I play you
Mm-hmm.
behind your back,
Yeah.
everyone is a threat. Even women nowadays hit on women. So
Yeah.
they also become a threat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So my job will be to crucify all your friendships until you only have me.
Ah.
But will I be stopping doing the things that I do behind your back? No,
Mhm.
which is selfish.
Yeah.
So most of these men who are over controlling, it's not a love factor.
Mhm.
It's I am already doing it. I don't want
So-
you to
to
do
do
it.
it, yeah.
So it's selfish. And yes, it
Wow.
is an insecurity.
Yeah.
Mm.
Trust me, take that to the bank.
Yeah.
I'm a man and I've read men.
Mhm.
So you can't give me bullshit here. And I've told men to their face,
Mhm.
you only fear her friendships with men, not because you think she's banging anyone.
Yeah.
If anything, you know the probability of her banging anyone else other than you is pretty minimal.
Yeah.
What you're afraid is she's doing exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the exposure and everything.
Makes
And you
sense.
see, he gets info from the woman he's with,
Mhm.
how she gets away from her man. So he's thinking, hold on.
I'm doing,
doing the same
exact
thing.
thing.
Yet he knows you're not.
Yeah.
But it's just an insecurity.
Oh my goodness.
So that explains a secure
Yeah, so it's
man.
got nothing to do with love. That's just
Wow.
bollocks. If you're solid with somebody, it doesn't matter if her workforce is male.
Mhm.
You just know you're solid. She does her
Mhm.
thing. If anything, she'll come and tell you, men hit on me. And you'll be like, that's normal.
That's what we want.
Yes.
That's what you want.
And anyway,